Welcome to the Weekly Digest, where we highlight the works of ministers of government as they push the administration's development agenda. As part of government's efforts to expand the livestock sector, some 50 farmers from various communities along the Soesdijk-Linden Highway will receive 2 piglets each to ramp up swine production. This was disclosed by Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa during several farmers' meetings in Region 10.
Right here at Garden of Eden, we are building a swine slaughtering house. There will be an investor who will build a processing plant to produce sausages. So if that plant is built there, the demands for pork will increase tremendously, and you can concentrate on doing that.
Additionally, Swan, Kurukururu, Laluni, Yarrow Cabra, and Hillfoot will receive a motor rice tiller each. Farmers from various communities in Region 10 received farming inputs to boost agriculture productivity, including black giant chicks, motor tillers, Akushi ants bait, and seedlings. The minister emphasized that Linden is poised to become an economic hub and government will continue to invest in the region's development.
I want to summarize that DNI input for the agriculture sector, working with the young people, working with the vulnerable groups, the single parents and other vulnerable groups, look at some agricultural, infrastructural development. We will do all those things and we will ensure that we develop the agriculture sector.
During a community meeting on Sunday, farmers were informed of government's plan to create a major outfall channel in Region 6, like the Hope Canal.
We are looking to start the construction of these Hope-like canals in Regions 3, 5, and 6. And we have already earmarked a number of areas where we will build these mega structures. And Wim Bloomfield is earmarked to do one of those structures.
Already, almost all internal drains in the community have been desilted. A brand new pump was also installed 2 months ago and is now functioning. Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat has emphasized that Guyana remains keen on collaborating with Trinidad and Tobago in areas of mutual priority. The minister was speaking at the International Energy Conference and Expo at the Marriott Hotel.
It is important, especially in this point in time in our history, especially when the conversation on climate change is growing, that we work together as a unit and not see ourselves as an island, because we may end up on the wrong side of decision making. So there is so much that we can learn from Trinidad. We know we have a lot of Trinidadians here, a lot of Trinidadian businesses that are here because they have been in the oil and gas sector for decades. For decades. They have the expertise, they have the technology, they have the experience. And we can learn from that.
The two countries signed a memorandum of understanding just last year to resolve trade restrictions. To ensure that the sector continues along the modernization trajectory, technical officers of the Ministry of Natural Resources are being trained in the dynamics of newly provided petrol software to foster an increase in efficiency.
Pace at which our sector is moving. And if we don't move with it, we'll get left behind. Simple as that. And we are the regulatory body, so how are we going to regulate if we don't move with them? And one of the biggest components in ensuring that we can do so is ensure that we develop our human resource, our human capital.
The training will equip the technical staff with the capacity to make advanced decisions regarding risk identification, data verification, and technical analysis. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips highlighted the importance religion plays in decision-making while addressing graduates at Hujatul Ulama Sarul Ulum of Guyana.
Moreover, the completion by the youngsters today of their studies signals a new generation of religious leaders who hold highly respected positions in our country. In the near future, they will do so. Our government welcomes input from all stakeholders in Guyana, and we are very interested in the thoughts and inputs from the various religions that make up our country.
He commended the graduates for their commitment to religion and urged them to apply the knowledge in their daily lives and to contribute to the nation's development. 9 families who were squatting along the Sea Defense Reserve at Annandale, East Coast Demerara, received the keys to their new homes, marking a significant step towards better living conditions.
Obviously, if you compare here to where the environment where they were in, you'll realize that this is an upliftment, and this brings a betterment for them and their family.
The residents are all overjoyed to have safe, decent, and affordable homes. The government's $800 million steel and cement subsidy program for home builders got underway, with the first 30 beneficiaries receiving their vouchers. In his address, Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell emphasized the government's dedication to reducing the burden of home ownership for citizens amid global price hikes and other challenges. He highlighted the housing intervention exercise as proof of this commitment and emphasized its positive impact.
Just this simple program. Today, just the 30 of you, we are seeing, therefore, will be, by the time you leave, the possibility of the injection of about over $10.5 million into the economy.
Minister within the ministry, Susan Rodriguez, stated that the program has helped many overcome this obstacle.
The banks now are using the cost of the house lot as part of your equity payment, and the value of the cement and the steel, which will be given to you, will help to make up that equity payment, thereby allowing you to be able to get that final approval for your mortgage.
The government has once again demonstrated its commitment to empowering Guyanese through the provision of housing and home ownership. Minister Rodriguez held a housing drive for employees of the Guyana Shore Base Incorporated, GSB.
It's easy for us to give you a house lot and to say that we fulfilled our commitment. It's harder for us to take on the responsibility of hiring contractors and facilitating the process of construction so you can get into your home faster. It's more resources on us. It's very taxing on us to be able to have oversight of the building construction and so on. So we have gone beyond, and we are continuing to go beyond the commitments that we made in our manifesto in the housing sector.
Housing and Water Minister Colin Crowell reaffirmed the PPPC government's commitment to ensuring development reaches every community regardless of location. The minister was at the time delivering the feature address at Region 1's flag-raising ceremony to usher in Guyana's 53rd anniversary as a republic. The ceremony was held at Mabaruma Settlement Community Ground.
By the time we are finishing this year, we will move the coverage of hinterland to 89%. 100% access of water services to all riverines and hinterland communities are targeted and must be achieved by 2025. Another 40 wells will be drilled in this year of 2023. Here within the Mabaruma sub-region, we have 3 communities that have been identified.
As part of its commitment to providing equitable access to educational opportunities to students in Number 74 Village and surrounding communities in Region 6, Abraham's Tent hosted an opening ceremony for the establishment of its Scholars Academy on Monday. Minister within the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, Anand Prasad, noted that the move by Abraham's Tent to open the Scholars Academy aligns with government's efforts to provide equal access to education.
This is what the government of Guyana appreciate, and we would like to see much more like this, not only happening in Berbice, not only in the field of education, but in the health sector, in agriculture, etc. We, the government, welcome Guyanese abroad who would want to share in their expertise, whatever it is, whatever field.
The Ministry of Health, in partnership with the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization, PAHO WHO, and other stakeholders, convened an International Health Regulations IHR National Focal Point Committee meeting. The main objective of this two-day event is to have stakeholders review Guyana's readiness as it relates to capacity to detect and report potential public health emergencies in a timely manner. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony, Advisor Dr. Leslie Ramsamy, and other stakeholders spoke of the meeting's relevance.
What happened with COVID over the last couple of years is that in the international community, there's a growing recognition that in every country we need to strengthen our pandemic preparedness, because it is not if another pandemic would happen.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony joined Guyanese to witness the hoisting of the Golden Arrowhead as Guyana celebrates 53 years as a republic. This year's Mashomani is being celebrated under the theme Mixing and Mashing as One Guyana. During his presentation, the minister said the unifying of Guyanese is needed to accelerate the country's development for the benefit of all.
We want togetherness, we want this unity so that we can accelerate development and create opportunities for everyone. So as a country, as our motto would say, one people, one nation, one destiny, as a country, that we can all move ahead and become prosperous. So if there's one thing I want you to remember for this 53rd anniversary, let us work together to make Guyana a better place for all of us.
Residents of Region 8 have been urged to be more cohesive and contribute to the country's development as one people. Amerindian Affairs Minister Pauline Sukai made the call at a flag-raising event held in the Madia Township, which was held in observance of Guyana's 53rd Republic anniversary.
I believe that this is something that we have to work on. It is very noticeable, it is evident that Region 8, Subdistrict 2 needs some more work, in fact a lot of work as it relates to cohesiveness as a people.
The communities of Region 7 came alive on Wednesday evening as citizens celebrated Guyana's 53rd Republic anniversary. Delivering the feature address at the well-attended flag-raising ceremony, Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Minister Gail Teixeira underscored the importance of unity and togetherness.
We have had many ups and downs as a country over the 53 years. We have had good times, bad times, ugly times, violent times. And I believe this time, 2023, is our time. It is the time of Guyana. It is our time to shine. It is our time in the world to take our rightful place.
In keeping with government's commitment to combat domestic violence against women and girls, some 500 police officers who graduated from the COP Squad 2000 initiative received their certificates and badges on Friday. The training is a partnership between the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, the Ministry of Home Affairs, the Guyana Police Force, and the United Nations Population Fund.
You are on a path of transformation where you are the trailblazers in an initiative that ensures every person who requires that protective arm that you are the custodian of peace and protection in this country, and that you will address the situation of violence in a professional way and in a manner that really emphasizes the nature of the Guyana Police Force that is moving into a domain where the police officers represent the police force in the highest possible way.
That's it for this edition of the Weekly Digest. For these and other government-related information, do log on to our website at dpi.gov.gy and our social media platforms. Goodbye.